Sleepless night in Asorock as Atiku takes another strong action against Tinubu. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. Atiku Abubakar, the presidential nominee of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), has officially sought authorization from the Supreme Court to present what he terms as new evidence. Through his legal representatives, Atiku has lodged a motion contending that the evidence he intends to submit to the highest court will corroborate his assertion that Bola Tinubu furnished the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) with falsified documents to support his candidacy in the presidential election held on February 25, 2023. The former vice president argues that President Tinubu's action constitutes both forgery and perjury, routing his removal from office by the Supreme Court. Atiku specifically requests the Supreme Court endorse to present Tinubu's academic records acquired from the Chicago State University (CSU) on October 2, 2023. This 32-page document was released by the Chicago State University under the directive of Judge Nancy Maldonado of the District Court of Illinois, Eastern Division, Illinois, United States of America. Atiku grounds his plea for permission to introduce fresh evidence against Tinubu on Order Rule 12(1) of the Supreme Court Rules 1985, Section 137(1) of the 1999 Constitution as amended, and the inherent jurisdiction of the Apex Court as sidelined in Section 6A of the 1999 Constitution. When the application is dated October 5th, Atiku's legal team officially completed the filing process on Friday night. The People's Democratic Party presidential candidate essentially implores the court for an order permitting him to produce and for the court to receive fresh and additional evidence by the way of deposition and it from the Chicago State University for use in this appeal. Specifically, the certified discovery motion by Kelly Westberg on behalf of Chicago State University on October 3, 2023, disavowing the certificate presented by the second respondent, Bola Tinubu, to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). He also urges the Apex Court to accept the said decision as a repel of an evidence in the resolution of this appeal and to additionally issue any appropriate orders that the Apex Court deems necessary in the circumstance of the case. The application is supported by 20 specific grounds, including the contention that the proposed disposition, along with its accompanying documents, would have a significant impact on the resolution of this appeal. A date for the hearing of a month has not been scheduled by the Supreme Court. Well, this is what I'm actually going to say. This whole issue of Supreme Court forgery and all that, sincerely, I'm not saying it's not consequential, but it should slow down. What does Atiku want? You see, Atiku, everybody have prayed for you in this country. Just go and sit down. You can never be the president of Nigeria again because God, Allah, does not listen to the prayers of a common man. We have prayed and the God is doing what he knows how to do best. He wants to become president and he's talking through his nose. Haba, what are you trying to say? It is so ludicrous and irritating to always see a litigant coming to social media to launder his pending petition at Supreme Court before the public with a view of creating public sympathy and intimidate and it's blackmail the court. Should all litigants in Nigeria be so confused and meddlesome to the extent of bringing the cases before social media and public for education? In disregard and contempt of the neutrality and sanctity of the position of law and pronouncement of our judges. I repeat, all these things flying up and down, forgery or no forgery, certificate or no certificate, I'm not saying it's actually, how am I going to put it? I'm not saying that actually, of course, it should be overlooked, but I'm saying Atiku is building, it's like building your nest or your castle in the air. That is what it feels like. And it is very consequential to the people of Nigeria. Now, again, I'm not saying the forgery should be overlooked, but I'm saying there are other things that are actually pressing to the people of Nigeria. Nigeria is finished. If we can just sit in isolation by discussing the authenticity of a certificate purportedly submitted to INEC to qualify Tinubu to run as presidency and he still remain in office, then we are finished as a country. When you read commentary about the subject matter, then it is absolutely no need for us to remain as a country. I'm telling you, because there are people who they don't say anything wrong with this. I am telling you, this person just hits the nail on the head. There are people who are saying it doesn't matter. There are people who are saying it is because the Igbos are all jealous. They will never be, very silly, silly news. Thank you, sir. The wicked shall not sleep nor should drop their cup when they drink water. I'm praying for you. The Lord shall continue strengthening your days ahead so that you finish this battle victoriously and shame those who have taken us hostage. Okay, make I not to talk. You are there in Asorock to know where there is sleepless nights there. Technicality, every lawyer knows what is admissible at the Supreme Court. But when you are filing inadmissible, they won't stop you until they are delivering judgments that you'll be punished for displaying ignorance of what you ought to know or what you know, but greed and sensationalism in order to be heard or your name circulating in the social media, that is a priority. My own is, what is the Supreme Court going to say about this? That is the truth. I am so surprised at the act of most of us display. This was the same thing we did when Buhari could not provide his primary, not to talk of secondary school cert. Even if the Supreme Court throws away this evidence, why should he, BAT, tender a forged certificate to INEC? It is sad we have allowed our tribal sentiment to becloud our sense of reasoning. Can anyone present a forged certificate and still graduate in any tertiary institution? Look at the shame and disgrace it has brought to this country. Shameful. Okay. My own is, let Atiku also, apart from this certificate, it should gather other things as well. Fire on the mountain, Tinubu at a disease considered his life finished and worthless. And is ready for any eventualities, even to die on the seat rather than living honorably. His blood shall be on his gory